A great singer-songwriter friend of mine wrote a song and it went something like situations will arise in our lives, but you got to be smart about it. Listen, there's some situations brewing in San Francisco at the quarterback position. And I'm telling you right now, the head coach, general manager, and whoever else has any say so on what's going on need to be smart about it. We're going to talk about that right here on the Wayne Breezie Show.
Breezy this, breezy that. They know I'm gold-blooded. I got the Niners on my back, you know. Breezy this, breezy that. Ain't nobody working like Breezy, and that's a fact. Overmotivated is an understatement. Gold-blooded to the core, got your squad hating. Breezy make it look easy. Breezy on everything like 05067 Wheezy. This is not a gang. Yeah, we faithful in every way. And even though we on the East Coast, very loyal to the Bay. Heavy red and gold every day. And if you really a Niner fan, I know you can relate. Applying pressure with this content like Smaller Bear. We not accepting no slander about Trey, so beware. I stay in exclusively Niner hats. And I always tell the truth, this exclusively Niner facts. Breezy this, breezy that. They know I'm gold-blooded. I got the Niners on my back, you know. Yeah. Breezy this.
What's going on, faithful? It's your boy Wayne Breezie, and we're back for another episode of the Wayne Breezie Show. And today's Hot Topic Tuesday, and we got this hot topic we're going to talk about because it's going to be brewing very shortly, because some news came out about 49ers quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo, and we're going to get down to the breakdown real quickly. Now, before we do that, shout out to everybody out there. What's going on, everybody? One time for the forewarn. Everybody's touching down in town right now. I can see I see so many members of the channel just ready. I see all green. I love it. I see Jacqueline is in the building. My man Eddie G. Miss Debbie, good morning, Wayne. Greetings to everyone joining the chat this stormy Tuesday morning. Please hit that like button, y'all. It's important to show Wayne does each morning for us to enjoy and participate in. Please hit that like button. Bam, Miss Debbie, I love you. Also, listen, today's the second day of Kwanzaa. The word is Kuji Chagulia, which means self-determination. And if you guys haven't noticed, your boy is super self-determined, and we're gonna get this show crack-a-lacking. And for everybody out there that needs a little self-determination, a little determination, here I am. I'm gonna help you guys. I'm gonna boost your determination up for yourself. You feel me? All right, let's get this show crack-a-lacking. Eddie, I see you in the building. Melissa's in the building. Jerome, Christy Marie, Jedi, Return of the Jedi. He's back. Let's go, Tony Montana. Let's go, Tony Montana. Let's go. CJ Gray's in the building. My man Boats is in the building. CJ must have didn't have to work today, man. It's good to see you, bro. Hopefully, I'm gonna open up the airwaves. My man Art Niner, Cali boy. What's going on, family? Raphael 562. So many. Troy, I see you, bro. I see you. Shout out to everybody out there, man. DeMarcus, Renzo, 49er Jeff. Everybody's in the building. My guy, Lake City Fresh is in the building. Listen, the show is crack-a-lacking so morning. I'm gonna give a shout out to the bots. Girls 18.xyz. Get your behind up out of here. Hey, where the admin? I know I got some admins out there. I ain't gonna mention no names. I'm not gonna mention any names, but I need y'all to handle the bots because I'm just not gonna look at y'all. Tanya's in the building. What's going on, Javier? I see you. Thanks for tuning into the stream. Handle the bots. You know, I gotta show them some love. Let's make sure we get them out of here. We don't want any of that stuff coming. Yeah. Perk Dog's in the building. What's going on? Fernando's in the building. I see you putting your throwback videos out there, man. Let's go. Tommy's in the building. What you mean I don't mention? I just see the name right here, family. Tommy's in the building. What's going on? Dre Diddy 83's in the building. All right, man. Listen, we got a dope show. You know, we're going to hit you with the power hours. So get ready. Get your coffee ready. I like everybody out there is having coffee with Breezy, especially out on the West Coast. If you're on the East Coast, you're probably ready to have a martini because it's almost midday. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost time to get over that thing. The wise soul is in the building. So good to see you, my brother. So good to see you. You know, I missed out on them cherry reds, man. I'm a little sad. Hopefully I'll find a way to get. I went to the store and they had them, and it was like 480, and I was like 480. Y'all could kiss my 80. So yeah, like I didn't get them. My man Nick is in the building. I gotta show. Hey Nick, who would I be, Nick, if I didn't give the sex bots the love that they deserve? You know what I'm saying? Listen, if you already did not hit that like button, again, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. You know what it does for the channel. Miss Debbie already asked you to do so. So let's go ahead and pay attention. Don't forget to check out the music. Breezy this, Breezy that, right there on all musical platforms. Listen, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, you name it. All right. Again, like, comment, subscribe right here on the channel. Please do so. I truly appreciate it. I'm backed up and commenting back to the comments, but I promise you, I will try to get to just about each and every one. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts. It's actually a podcast. I go back and listen to it when I do like workouts or I'm out doing something. I'm like, yo, sounds really good. Audio quality is pretty good. Shout out to Elgato and their products. They're not paying me, but I'm going to give them a shout out anyway. But shout out to Elgato and their products. Listen, join the Patreon, patreon.com/WayneBreezie. All right. And don't forget to check out our sponsors, support our sponsors. I like to call them our partners over here at Residency, www.residency.com. Use the promo code SFBreezy. Yo, there was somebody on my Twitter that made a comment about the Residency hats and saying how they stole the logo and it's lame or whatever. Just don't support it. Hey, listen, everybody's entitled to their opinion. You don't have to like everything that you see. But listen, man, you ain't gotta sit there and kind of like badmouth people. You know, it's just the world is in need of love today. Stevie Wonder wrote, "Love is all we need," right? That's it, man. Like the world is in need of love, man. Just try showing love. I feel like it's more difficult trying to show love. It's more easy to show some hatred. But listen, it's all Gucci. Wait, my man Troy's moving to Florida. Oh, wow, that's a big move. Well, I know you love it in Florida. I know the weather's better in Florida. And I'm really good to see that you moving down to Florida, man. You belong in Florida. That's where you want to go to retire. Florida. No taxes. And you can go down there and just chill out and enjoy the sun and then anything else you want to enjoy. All right. But listen, I appreciate everybody. We got to start the show off with a contribution. So Miss Jacqueline Knox, I don't know. Her bank account is 1000 owed up. If y'all don't know that reference, listen to your Jay-Z. All right, here we go. Gotta give her the foghorn. She says, my Niners are 11-4 +1 come Sunday. Let's go 49ers. Good morning, Niner family. Listen, I appreciate the super chat contributions. You know what I'm saying? They really do help go a long way. And thank you for your continued support. And everybody else out there that just joins the stream. I appreciate the support. It's all love. Excuse me, up in here, as DMX would say. It's all love up in here. Hey, Kylie, that's my favorite rapper, man. I got Jay-Z bar quotes all day long. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But listen, let's go ahead and get down to some of the news that's going on with the 49ers. We're going to spend a little bit of time on some of these things, but let's just go right immediately to the power rankings. So if you want to know like how the league views your 49ers, you know what I'm saying? Listen, only 2 of the 6 that I put up here have the 49ers actually ranked number 1 in the power rankings. ESPN has us at 4. CBS Sports has us at 5. Yahoo Sports has us at 4. Bleacher Report has us at 5. Sports Illustrated has us at 6. All right. NFL.com. And what was the other one? NFL.com. Hold up. It's scrolling back around. And I believe NBC Sports has the 49ers ranked number 1 in the power rankings. Now, let's talk about that. All right, because we're going to get to that. And actually, you know what? Before we do that, shout out to Miss Debbie who sent me a message, and shout out to Terradome out there. Happy birthday, Brock Purdy. The young fella is 23 years old. Let's give that man a round of applause. Not sure if he's listening, but if he is, happy birthday, my guy. I'm hoping you're enjoying this day. Keep giving what you're giving. keep winning like you're winning, and keep being Brock Purdy. That's the one thing I want Brock to continue to do, man. Just be Brock. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that means, whatever that is, whoever that is, continue being yourself out there, man. And listen, sky's the limit for Brock Purdy. So happy birthday to Brock Purdy. If it's anybody else's birthday out there as well, happy birthday to you guys. Thank you, Miss Debbie. Thank you, Terra Dome, for those reminders. Let's get back to these power rankings, though. So the 49ers are ranked number one. Is it ironic that they're ranked number one on the 49er based shows? You know, NFL.com, Good Morning Football has my man Peter Schrags. Like you could tell he's a 49er fan. And then NBC Sports, are those guys 49er fans? Because like usually Mike Florio and but Matt Mayoko does work for them. So does some of the other people they do work for them or whatnot. So I'm just curious to know, if that has anything to do with the power rankings, but you can see like the rest of them has us 5 or 6, which is kind of weird because 8-game win streak, you're winning with the third string quarterback, you're dominating teams, you clinched the NFC West. Like, I don't know how much more respect or disrespect the 49ers are going to get. Look, I tell you what, when it comes to power rankings, right? And I know they probably don't pay this any attention like we do, right? I think we pay the power rankings more attention than anybody else out there. But when it comes to the power rankings, I'm hoping at least one of the 49ers, especially one of the captains, I'm hoping that they're reading this stuff and they're saying, hey, man, we're still disrespected out there. Let's go ahead and continue to do what we do and punch people in the mouths. And this is what I'm saying, 49er Jeff. They're sleeping. Now, Eagles are still number one. They lost. Some people have the Bills as number one. Some people have Kansas City as number one. But the Eagles still have the best record in the league. I get it. After coming off of a loss, they still have the best record in the league. All right. There are a couple of teams that have one less loss, like the Chiefs, the Bills. And then there's the 49ers. Look, it is what it is. I think that they're sleeping on us. I kind of like it. I hope the 49ers continue to come out there and do their due diligence and just continue to punch the league in their mouths. Let's get to some 49ers news, guys. There's no new injury news, so that's good. I don't have any news from practice reports, but I do have some news that's going on with the 49ers. So let's talk about this because somebody put in the chat that Brock Purdy for his birthday is about to get Deebo Samuel back. Okay, is about to get Deebo. Listen, Deebo Samuel, there's a possibility that he returns to practice this week, later this week, but this week. And look, is anyone concerned? I'm not. I know Deebo got hurt, but I don't think he got that, like hurt. You know what I mean? So let me just go through the news and we'll break it down. We'll break each one down. So Deebo Samuel is going to return later this week. Elijah Mitchell is on track to his practice window may open on Friday. Dude, this is nuts. All right. Jimmy Garoppolo got his cast off. And Kerry Hyder is going to be back at practice this week as well. So the 49ers are not only getting their key depth back, okay, they're also getting back starting players. Deebo Samuel, Elijah Mitchell. Deebo Samuel immediately enhances the receiving game and the run game. Elijah Mitchell immediately enhances the run game and the receiving game. Kerry Hyder automatically enhances the pass rush and the inside defensive tackle type of game. This guy's going to be able to move all over the field if he's healthy because you got Kinlaw back. You got all these players coming back, and it's at the right time because the playoffs will be starting in 3 weeks, guys. 3 weeks, the playoffs start. This is crazy. This is crazy bananas, binoculars, but not whatever you want to call it. It's crazy. Let's talk about Deebo Samuel, though. Do you guys want Deebo to play? I do. But do you guys want Deebo to play? If he's cleared to play, do you guys want him out there on Sunday? I say yes. Thumbs up if you say yes. Thumbs down if you say no. If you say no with the thumbs down, though, give your reason why. Is it because, like Kyle Shanahan says, we don't really need him? You know what I mean? And that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Deebo got that Tebow in him. Somebody said Deebo got that Wolverine blood too, like that. What is it called? Animanium or whatever. I think that's what it's called. whatever it is, Debo, listen, Debo got his foot twisted, his ankle twisted or whatever and whatnot, and it hurt at that moment. It was going to swell up. My man Nick said that Debo got that Wolverine blood. That boy healed quick. But yeah, like this is for Brock Purdy, and I see a lot of thumbs up. Listen, wait, let me start with the first one so I don't get yelled at. Troy says thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Bomber T, even better. Snap count on Debo. I like it. You saw 16 snap count on defensive tackle Javon Kinlaw. He only played for 16 snaps, but Peachy made it clear. Hey man, if you ain't have Kinlaw in there, that goal line stance might not have happened. Makes you go, I can see Debo one rush attempt and some passing attempts. I don't know if they limit Debo though, bro. I don't think Debo wants to be limited, man. I think if he plays, he's cleared to play. I think he's 100% healthy, ready to go. Here's the best thing about Debo Samuel, though. I say run him less. I said one time, right? If it works, boom. If it don't work, get rid of it, Kyle, right? You don't need him. You could switch it up with so many different pieces. You could run with Ray. You should have been running with Ray, but you could run with Ray. You could run with your running backs. There's so many other options on how to run the ball. But I'd say this. I don't know if we put Debo on the snap counts. We do got a couple of thumbs down, so I want to go ahead and get to the thumbs downs. I got 49er Jeff, and I got let me start with Jeff, 49er Jeff, and then we'll go with you, Christy, and then Dion from Niner Gang Podcast. Let me just start these so I don't miss them. Listen, when you're talking about that snap count, I don't know if you necessarily need to put him on a snap count. The best thing about what's going on right now, if you guys haven't noticed, Brock Purdy is spreading the ball around, right? So Debo's not going to be heavily targeted. The question is, when he gets his targets, he's gonna do the Debo things. Debo's an aggressive player, guys. I don't know if you can ask Debo to play differently. It's just not gonna happen. So whether you limit his snap counts or not, he's going to be the more aggressive player on the field each and every time. He's looking for contact. He's not looking to juka. Like he's looking to run you over like a Mack truck, right? That's Debo Samuel. So whether it's one snap count or whether it's 16 or 20 or 25 or 30, 35, whatever it is, like Debo's going to look for the contact. That's the way he plays. So if y'all worried about the contact and the wear and tear on him, that's just the style that he plays. Listen, 49er Jeff says we need to let him stay healthy for the playoffs. I love it. I love it. But what if he's rusty? Just want to put that out there. Do you want to get him some work in? That's where the limitations come in or whatever or whatnot. All right. So if he's a little bit rusty, you might want to go ahead and play him. You saw what it was like. And I'm only going to say this. You saw what it was like, Debo not going through the normal training camp, right? Christy Marie, my girl says, save him for the playoffs. But I love Debo, right? Y'all emoji game is on point. I just want y'all to know that. Like, y'all just know when to put the right heart and the right. It's just on point, right? I'm still struggling. I'm learning it, whatever. All I know is bang, bang. Niner gang, baby. But listen, like, I get it. Save him for the playoffs. I understand it. I actually overstand it. But I don't think that's the style. That's not Debo's mentality. Like, the reason. We would have won the Super Bowl if we just would have just gave the ball to Debo. Hey, we would have won the NFC Championship if we gave the ball to Debo too. Now, he was probably hurt in both of them games. We ain't know it. His mentality is different. Niner Gang says, look, we locked into the playoffs and we're playing the Raiders. No need to stress it. Dig it. I could dig. Listen, I dig y'all points. Y'all points is on point. Somebody get rid of that bot, please. I dig y'all points, man. It makes perfect sense. And 9 times out of 10, Dion, is exactly what it's going to be. When they talked about the snap count, that's what you're going to get. Debo's going to get a snap count. Let's just hope that Brock doesn't force it to Debo on his snap count, because when Debo's in there, you want to utilize him. You don't want to just utilize him in the blocking game, right? And this is why I'm with Tommy on this one, right? I don't necessarily want to limit his snap counts. I might want to limit the way you use them, the way you utilize Debo, right? Maybe just limit that. Maybe get him on some type of different trajectory or whatever. I mean, just don't run the mother sucker up the middle of the field, right? Like I think that's what we mean by like misutilizing or underutilizing, or however you want to say, not utilizing him correctly, right? Like, I think that is the issue. Hey, Kyle, don't run Debo up the middle. Let him get to the outside. Usually it's safer, less bodies to fall on him, things like that, right? But I'm with you, man. Like Debo needs the reps. wait. Where is this comment at? Because I see it. Here we go. So Tommy follows up and says, Debo misses Jimmy G. Possibility. Let's flip the script to the next guy that's going to, his practice window is going to be opening up hopefully this Friday. Kyle Shanahan says he's on super schedule, like everything's on point. There's zero setbacks. Let's talk about Elijah Mitchell. I see John says Elijah Mitchell coming back for the playoffs. Give Debo a snap count. Would you give Elijah Mitchell a snap count? Probably, right? Coming off of another ankle, or was it knee? Another injury. You might want to give him, but the way that they utilize him, hear me out though. So like, I still think that Elijah Mitchell would be utilized the same exact way he was when he came back from the first injury. You get what I'm saying? CMC first half, Elijah Mitchell insert in the second half. You give him that one full body of quarter. You got a fresh running back, fresh, like fresh. Yeah, like fresh, right? And then Jordan Mason's the 6-minute guy, close out the game. And I feel like if you can do those different types of things, if you continue that trajectory of how Kyle Shanahan is utilizing his running backs, this is going to be crazy getting into the playoffs. We got a small chronic break right now. Peachy says, y'all fingers broke. If you got to talk a lot, you got to talk like Peachy. I can't do it right now. I can't hit the decibel, but y'all fingers broke. Y'all smash that like button. Hit the thumbs up, guys. Don't smash it because I don't want y'all to break y'all phones and then sending me the bill that you broke your phone trying to smash the like button. Like literally, just hit it. Click. All right. Thank you, Peachy. All right. So look, Jedi says, nope, save CM3. Listen, I just want Mitchell. Mitchell can't last 6 games. That's all that potentially is left. Guys, I feel like he can do it. Is this for real? I didn't hear it, but I believe it. Like that's what's up, man. Like, what a career for JJ Watt. Thank you, Fernando, for that news. I like talking about NFL news and putting it out there. I like giving credit to where credit is due. JJ Watt was that guy for years. Listen, my thoughts on Elijah Mitchell were this. If he's on track and he's ready to return, his practice window, if it opens on Friday, I don't think he'll play this week. So quick, right? So quick. Friday, window opens. There's no practice on Saturday and they play on Sunday? Nah. But come Cardinals week, that might be a nice week for him to get reacclimated and get some tread on the tires. I think the final week would be a really good week for Elijah Mitchell. Get his, get him into some type of motion, get his body going, get his blood flowing, and then playoff start. Because regardless, guys, we have that first wild card game. It's just the way that the playoffs are set up. So yeah, they'll be coming out to Santa Clara. And here's the cool thing: I want to see Elijah Mitchell play at home. So it's going to be really good. It's gonna be really good. All right. Look, Kerry Hyder is back. You already know what he means to the rotation from the outside to the inside. He's the outside inside guy. You getting another pass rusher there to spell, I would say, like some Samson Ebukam and things like that. So Kerry Hyder returned back. Shout out to Tracy Sandler too for putting this information out. Also, we got to talk about Jimmy Garoppolo. He got the boot off. Now, I'm going to save that when we open up the phone lines, but Jimmy's boot is off. Now, there are no further updates, according to Kyle Shanahan, about Jimmy Garoppolo. But if you know, like I know, 9 times out of 10, Jimmy is going to be ready to go week 1 of the playoffs, right? We just know that, sort of, kind of. All right? We just know that. Peachy has a great question. Anyway, we could bring in some O-line help. I don't know, Peach. I don't think we need it. I think the weakest link, in my opinion, is Mike McGlinchey, and he hasn't been really bad in pass pro or run pro. It's just he can't stop beating himself on getting penalties. He's trying to get that advantage, You know what I'm saying? Like trying to get back quicker because he knows he's going to get beat by the faster guy. And because he's going to get beat by the faster guy, I love McRib. Nia, that like whoever that name is so perfect because the McRib gets beat by that faster guy. He's just trying to get that quicker advantage. You know how like Trent Williams, y'all say he was tipping plays, right? But hey, he was doing what he got to do. Well, Mike can't tip because even if he tip, he's still not going to be quick enough or strong enough. So it depends. Um, but I feel like with the McRib, it's kind of like the weakest link. I know people want to see Brunskill out there, but I don't think you change anything up. I think the continuity is there. And it's weird. I think Mike McGlinchey's been playing pretty good football. And according to PFF, I mean, he's in the top 10 in grades just about every week. I don't know how, but he is. So I mean, it's the same difference of Jake Brindle being a Pro Bowl alternate. Like, how? And if you really pay attention to the film, he had one really bad game this season, like really bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? But then he looks pretty decent. So Peachy, I know you want to get some O-line help now. I don't think they need it right now. Also, I think they got some pieces that they can kind of like filter in there if there's an injury. Guys, we haven't seen Colton McKivitz. Like there's some players that can still play on the O-line. Now come next year, Peachy, that's a whole different question. We better get we need to not help. We need to be replacing some guys. I really don't think the McRib will be back. But then again, what the hell do I know? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do I know? I see. Look, I didn't even know you put this. We got to replace him. Either way, he's going to get paid, and he gets hurt every year, right? You can't put money. You can't invest. You don't want to invest money into something that might not give you a return on your investment. That's just business 101. And if Mike McGlinchey can't stay healthy, but you know, it's a problem. But you know what? He's played every game this year. He's played every game this year. Taron, what's good, bro? He's played every game this year, guys, coming off of that gruesome injury last year. So I don't know. All I know is that the 49ers win. I don't give a fuck what they do to the front. I don't care what they do. Like, if they win the Super Bowl, they can do whatever they want. They can sign whoever they want. They can bring back players whoever they want. I don't give up. I just don't. I don't because they won. I don't think this would be a good business investment, though. I just don't. I think it's time to move on, but they might feel like they like Brock. I mean, they like McGlinchey, especially for Brock. If Brock is the guy, look at Brock. Brock's playing well. McGlinchey's playing well. Jake Brendle's playing well. The offensive line is playing well. Could it be the court? Remember? Oh my gosh, wasn't there an episode on the show where I said the quarterback play can help the offensive line be better? I know somebody named Breezy said some shit like that, but you know, we didn't get a chance to see it with Trey Lance because he got injured. But we're seeing it with Brock. You're not gonna find the episode because it was on the other channel and it got deleted. But I know for a fact, going into the season, I thought that the offensive line wasn't going to be as bad. I might have said it on Nothing But Niners, so it might be on their channel. Because the quarterback can determine how well the offensive line could play as well. Yeah, you need your offensive line to protect the quarterback, but your quarterback can also protect the offensive line from making dumbass penalties. Get rid of the damn ball. It's what Brock Purdy is doing, all right? So, yeah, man, that's the latest in 49ers news, all right? Nothing much more going on. They got a game coming up this week against the Las Vegas Raiders. We're going to be breaking that down this weekend. I'm actually excited about this game because when I look at, you know what, let me pull up the Raiders depth chart and just see. They got some players. Look, they run the same type of style of defense. They run that 4-3. They don't do a lot of wide zone, but they got some players. All right. I want to focus on their defense. All right. You're looking at Max Crosby on one side and Chandler Jones, who's doubtful on the other side. So there's doubtful is 9 times out of 10, meaning they're not playing. Now, they also have Denzel Perriman, who's their middle linebacker. He's also doubtful. All right. So those two players being out, that's good. Now, Cleveland Farrell will be filling in if Chandler Jones can't play. He's no slouch. I think he was a kid from Clemson, if I'm not mistaken. I remember them drafting a bunch of defensive linemen one year. Their defense is pretty pretty spot on point, but I think they're going to get confused by what the 49ers are going to be doing on offense. Why? Because the way Brock Purdy is able to spread that ball around, I'm sure they're going to be like, you know what, and this is why I want Debo to play, because everybody is going to be zoned in on George Kittle. So if you want to zone in on George Kittle, who I think is the uncoverable tight end in the NFL, I know everybody loves Travis Kelce. There was a stat out there that put their numbers and how identical they are or whatever or whatnot. And I'm like, damn, Kittle numbers are identical to Travis Kelce, and all Kittle does is block. That trumps tight end for me. You know what I'm saying? That trumps tight end for me. Okay. That trumps it. You mean to tell me Kittle is this efficient and he has to block every game because he has to help the right side? Man, please. He's not, Tommy. And that is why we run the mother freaking ball to his side. Oh my gosh. I'm not supposed to be giving tidbits for the Raiders game. It's just not today. Today is Hot Topic Tuesday. But bump it. Let's do it. Like that is exactly that's my key. Damn it, you just gave away one of my keys to victory. Y'all got a key to victory on a Tuesday. Y'all better shout out to my man Tommy out there. Round of applause to Tommy. Just knowing what's in my head. I did. Sean, I love you, man. I don't remember even mentioning his name, but if you felt like I did, that's what's up. Okay. This is gonna be a great game, though, guys. So get your popcorn ready. It is the Battle of the Bay. Miss Debbie said it's Mandolin Bay versus the San Francisco Bay. I love it. It's the Battle of the Bay. I do like Crosby. Mose did a nice little insert on him yesterday on the Nitty Gritty Niners talk show. If you guys missed it last night, go ahead and check it out. Crosby, I don't think he's overrated at all. I really don't, Bomber T. He's definitely good, man. He's a good player. And just think, if Chandler Jones is out there, he's even better. I'm still hoping that I'm like, Drake Jackson, I'm hoping he develops into that perfect complementary piece to Nick Bosa, next year. Drake is probably we're probably gonna get like maybe possibly the double-digit sacks for Drake, depending on how they use him. I'm just hoping he's the perfect complementary piece to Bosa. I feel like Crosby is their Nick Bosa, and then Chandler Jones was the piece they added to be the perfect complementary piece to Max Crosby. So I don't think he's overrated, man. It's not about him making like the huge plays. It's about him staying consistent. You know what I'm saying? It's about him just being consistent. It's about him staying consistent. Now, listen, the 49ers have a quarterback situation brewing. All right. We are all happy. I see where you're going now, Sean. See, Sean, this is why I love Sean. Yes. 49ers got a quarterback situation brewing. I know Fair wanted me to wait till tomorrow, but tomorrow's Wine Back Wednesday, and we have to do our Kahoot challenge. It's the last one of the year. And you got Brock Purdy right now, to me, is just sitting at the realm of the quarterback position, right? He's the guy, he's the healthy guy on the roster, right? And I know they got some other guys back there, but he's the guy. He's the main guy. He's won you 4 straight. Okay, 3 as a starting quarterback, 1 as a reliever. He was able to come in, and like Dion said yesterday on the show, you might as well say he was the starting quarterback of that Miami game, because when he came in, it was so relatively early, but that's not how it works in football. Okay. I think Jimmy kind of gets like that win or whatnot. But listen, I will say this. I was listening to Michael Irvin talk about on 95.7, like, some of us are saying that it's a good problem to have with these quarterbacks or whatnot. But he doesn't feel that way. Michael Irvin feels a little bit differently about it. I'm not sure if I have the soundbite or whatnot, but let me see if I have. I do have the soundbite, I believe, from Dante Hittner. Let's check him out.
Jimmy Garoppolo is about to get out of a walk-in booth. But with the way that Brock Purdy has been playing over these past few weeks, What he adds to this 49ers offense, being able to improvise the deep ball, throws outside the numbers, I think that Jimmy Garoppolo returns. He should be the backup to Brock Purdy.
All right, let's leave it at that. So, should Jimmy Garoppolo be the backup to Brock Purdy as he returns? I want to get y'all thoughts on that. I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the chat, guys. We got about 30 minutes. All right, we're going to go ahead and have some fun with you guys. I love it. I love when you guys come on the show and just have a good grand old time, and I can sit back and just kick off my shoes and relax my feet and party on down to Lake City Freshest Beat, just kicking it. Yeah, see what I did right there. So let me know, and that's the question. Look, we're going to postpone the Trey Lance talk, okay? Trey Lance is scheduled for 2023, all right? Let's postpone the Trey Lance talk. But when it comes down to Jimmy Garoppolo, you're talking about bringing back a quarterback that has gotten you to a Super Bowl. I will say it like that. His stats might not be great. Before I bring in Dion, but let me just put this out there. I know his playoff stats aren't good. And I'm not cheering for Jimmy Garoppolo to play, but he has gotten the 49ers to an NFC championship and a Super Bowl. And if you're going to say that it was the team that did it, then okay. So bring it. So imagine this team, this defense. I mean, he would probably be even better or have a better chance of winning because he has a better team, better weapons, and the number one defense in the league. So like don't just say that it was the team, you know what I'm saying? Like, because if he does come back, guess what he's going to have? A better team. So I just want to put that out there. Now, I got a couple of people that's going to come on right now. They're going to talk about it and on the show. Let's bring in our first guest, my man Dion, my brother from another mother, bro. What's going on, family?
Breezy, what's going on, man? You know, we count. I'm counting down the days, man. I get to meet my dog in about 3 days, man.
Yep.
So this is what I'll say. So I was talking to another guy who writes out there. Shout out Jordan, aka Splash Cousin. Good guy, man. Good guy. Talked to him, a couple months back, and he helped me understand some things, and I appreciate him for it. So this is what I will say. In the playoffs, Jimmy never does enough. It's not that he's not a part of the wins. He just doesn't do enough to get the kind of credit that people would think he so deserves. And a lot of us, yes, will say he's along for the ride. Did he do certain things? Yeah, he did. But the issue is, when I looked at the stats, it's very simple for me. His stats are there, but any touchdowns that he had in the playoffs, we could literally delete those and we still win those games. That's all. That's where I was making my point. He doesn't do enough. Like when we needed him to win that NFC Championship game earlier this year, couldn't do it. When we needed him to complete that pass to Emmanuel Sanders, couldn't do it. So he doesn't do enough. On the subject of Jimmy coming back, yeah, he should be the backup. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why would you screw this? Why would you mess with the continuity that we built with Brock Purdy? I even think the locker room would look and go, yeah, nah, bro, we ain't doing that. You better leave the kid alone. Let that kid do what he been doing. He ain't messed up. He ain't stopped. I don't care that he threw an interception because technically it wasn't on him. That was on Juwan Jennings for bobbling the ball all over the place. But you don't do that. And to be honest with you, if I'm Jimmy, I don't come back. I don't come back. I ain't messing with my money. I'm about to go get a bag, baby. You got to think about it. Like, think about it. You just said business 101. What's the whole point of business? To make money. You're looking for what we like to call residual income. Shout out to my economics teacher from high school. He taught me about that. I want my money to make money for me.
Facts.
But in order to do that, I got to have the money so that it works that way. Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be the hottest QB on the market. And I know people are looking like, Deanna saying that? Yeah, y'all really crazy. But the reason I'm stating that is because there isn't another free agent QB on the market that's going to be as good as he is. They don't have the record that he has. They don't have the playoff record that he has. He has a current resume right now that makes him that guy when it comes to free agency this year. So he's going to get a bag. He's going to get paid ridiculously. He could go with D'Amico wherever he goes if there's not a QB already in place. If I'm Jimmy, I know I'm at the highest paid position in football. I ain't setting foot on the field for nobody. I will stay on IR, or even though he's not on IR, I will continue to give the team every excuse under the sun as to why I can't be on this field. And then I'm out. I'm gonna go get my money. I'm telling Don Yee right now, go out there and go get my bag. Come back with it. You remember how Jalen Hurts backed up the Brinks truck?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yo, somebody backing up a Brinks truck for me. So go get my bread because I'm finna chill. Make sure I'm solid. I have all my paperwork shows that I'm cleared. I'm ready to go. I'm ready for training camp. I'm ready for OTAs, all that. I'm going to get my money. And I'm going elsewhere. If he comes back and Kyle Shanahan starts him, that'd be one of the dumbest moves I've ever seen. Why would you bring him back rusty almost 8 weeks out of playing any football and put him in a playoff game where he doesn't necessarily do the best? I'm sorry. It wouldn't make sense. If Kyle fixed his mouth to do that, I would look at Kyle and be like, people call you an offensive genius, bro, but now I'm starting to question some things. You can't do it. You just can't. It doesn't make sense.
All right.
That's all I'm saying.
Now, listen, I ain't gonna be no pushback from Breezy on today's episode. But if you get a text message with some pushback, you're gonna know why.
Hey, we can do that all day long, Breezy. It's all love, man. This is back and forth. Yes, sir.
All right, bro.
Peace, man.
Peace out. Let's get my man CJ Gray on here, man. Listen, Deion spit some stuff, man, about Jimmy Garoppolo and how crazy and silly it would be if Kyle Shanahan actually went. But let me get your take on it, bro. Like, so Brock Purdy's the guy now. If Jimmy Garoppolo is cleared to play, should he play in the playoffs? He has the experience. Brock Purdy has zero experience. Do you go with the experienced guy or the inexperienced guy? I guess that's kind of what I'm asking. But what are your thoughts on this whole situation?
No, we don't bring Jimmy back here. Just leave Jimmy alone.
I want us to say this without any bias because we don't want Jimmy. I get it. None of us do. But again, I'm gonna say this, and just if this helps any and your decision making, cool. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna let you rock. He is the experienced guy. I know Deion says he doesn't do enough. He was hurt in that Dallas Cowboys game. He got hurt in the Dallas Cowboy game, which means he was really hurt in the NFC Championship game. We know how he plays when he's not hurt. We got to the Super Bowl, but again, like Deion says, he doesn't do enough. But he also has a better team now, and he has a better defense. So I'm just curious. Again, with knowing that, is your decision to still the same?
I mean, I'll put it to you like this, Breezy. Jimmy was playing about his best football he was playing in his career this season.
I agree.
And Brock Purdy's came off the bench in these last 4 games and has surpassed that play.
Okay.
That is without a doubt. And he's pretty much doing everything that Jimmy does, but except, man, he throws the ball away, and man, he can make a secondary action play. He can, man, even though his arm is not all that strong, he'll still throw it downfield. And I just feel like the offense is more on lock with Brock in the saddle than with Jimmy. Now, am I crowning Brock and saying he's all this and he's our future quarterback and all that stuff? I don't know. I mean, we got to let things play out and see that. But just comparing the way the 2 quarterbacks have played just this season, I have to go with Brock Purdy. And our offense has averaged more points. It doesn't look as stale.
30 Purdy.
There's more explosive plays. And I have to admit that what I've seen on tape from Brock is just different than Jimmy. And the thing that Deion touched on is Jimmy trying to get paid. And so he can go ahead and get paid. And if he doesn't come back, he doesn't play anymore. It's just not in Jimmy's best interest to play anymore. And I just don't think it's in our best interest to play him anymore. Just run with Brock, see where he takes us in the offseason. We can just have that $10 million quarterback room. That's going to be one of the cheapest in the NFL. So I think we just keep rolling with what we got.
I love it. I feel like, though, because we got 2 minutes, I feel like no one cares. Like, so if Brock gets in the playoffs and bombs, and you have this experience, guys, like, then what? Y'all cool with that?
I mean, Jimmy is 4 touchdowns, 6 interceptions in the playoffs.
He's lost a Super Bowl and a championship game, but he hasn't lost a first game. See, y'all not thinking. I'm playing devil's advocate.
I am thinking. I've seen Jimmy in the playoffs.
You've seen Jimmy in the playoffs win, and the only time he lost was in the NFC Championship and in the Super Bowl. That's it. It's the only time he's lost the game.
How much of that winning in the playoffs?
You've never seen Brock Purdy win a playoff game. Tell me you have, and don't tell me you have. You can't. You can't. Listen. Guys gonna think I like Jimmy. Listen, I'm just stating facts. That's a fact. Brock has never won. Jimmy has, but Jimmy hasn't done it. He hasn't won one. If Jimmy was, let me ask you this question: if Jimmy had a Super Bowl ring, would you put Jimmy in now if he was healthy to play, or would you still go with Brock Purdy? Just curious to know if he had the ring.
If Jimmy had a ring from 2019 or 2021, one or the other, there would be no discussion of another quarterback if he went out there and won a Super Bowl. I mean, that conversation changes dramatically if he wins a Super Bowl.
But he's gotten to the point. Listen, this is what people are saying. Purdy's been winning games since high school. Every motherfucking college player has been winning games since high school. That's how they got to college. What are we talking about? You can't, Bomber T, you can't say that. You can't say that one. I was winning games in high school. I ain't even get close to the pros. We all were winning games since high school, man.
Yeah, Bomber T do be cheerleading Brock Purdy a whole lot, man.
But he was cheerleading Jimmy first.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying Brock is guaranteed locked to go on and continue this play, because I've seen it go so many different ways throughout 30 years of watching football. And so I mean, I'm not going there, but I'm just talking about in terms of the way the team looks with Brock and versus the way the team looks with Jimmy. And even last year, the team with Jimmy. Even last year, there were so many games where we're sitting there, man, what is going on with this offense? Why is it so stale? Why is it coming off the field so much? Why is it so ineffective in the red zone? And I mean, and even when Jimmy has been playing better and not turning it over, that was the only aspect of Jimmy's game that was really vastly different this season, is just not turning it over at the high rate that he was turning it over.
But you need that, right? You need that. As a quarterback, turn over the ball less, you have more opportunities to win the game. You win a turnover battle. And Jimmy fixed that deficiency because that was bad. Look, I don't care who starts. At the end of the day, I want it just to be the right person. I got another question, but I'm gonna save it for our next guest. But listen, I thank you for being on here, man, and breaking it down. I love your stance on it, and thank you for not budging. I'm gonna try to throw as much Jimmy Garoppolo stuff as I can out there. I'm gonna run out at some point, so I'm just gonna start sounding repetitive. But listen, I'm all on the Brock train. I think Brock is the guy. The one thing you said that really stood out to me is that the offense, the team just looks so much better with him out there. My only concern is now we're talking playoffs. We're not talking regular season games, and defenses are different in the playoffs. And so we don't know what Brock is going to be able to do in the playoffs because he's never been there. But we do know what Jimmy Garoppolo can do in the playoffs. And if you want to say he rode the team, won the games, that is 100%. But he was still the starting quarterback with them teams winning those games. I'm just saying.
Yeah, the Jimmy thing in the playoffs, that thing is that's an eyesore, man. And I don't know what it is about Jimmy in the playoffs, but it just hasn't been good.
It's typically those fourth quarters where his stats are just
It's the worst quarter. It's the worst QBR in the history of football in the fourth quarter with Jimmy as a quarterback. So it's just, and so I just honestly, I just think that it's a gift in disguise getting Brock in the game. I don't wish injury on anybody. I want to throw that out there, but Brock has played better than Jimmy has, and Jimmy was playing his best ball. So, and Brock is a 7th round rookie. That's just not a very good look for Jim.
I you know what? I got a question for. I got to get off here. They're putting stuff out here. Listen, I appreciate you, bro. Let me get the next guest on here so I can ask this next question. Please put your comment in the chat. Please, I want to see what you got to say about this.
Gotcha.
All right, peace. John V, you up next, baby. Listen, here's the question. You ready?
Yeah.
Would you be more? I don't know how to ask this shit. Would you rather Jimmy start? Because he has the possibility of getting hurt and Brock relieving Jimmy? Or would you rather have Brock start and if he gets hurt, Jimmy relieving Brock? Say something off. I want to know.
All right.
I want to know the answer to this question.
Say the first part again.
All right. Would you rather Jimmy start and if he gets hurt, Brock relieving Jimmy?
Yes.
Or would you have Brock start, and if he gets hurt, did I say it right? Jimmy relieving Brock.
No, I want Jim to start and Brock to relieve Jim. For two reasons though.
I don't want anybody to get hurt, guys. It's not what I'm asking. I'm just stating that's that conversation.
Wayne, if Jimmy could play in Vegas, I would start Jim.
Oh shoot! Oh wait a minute. John and I about to get smacked.
I mean, listen, Jimmy needs reps going into the playoffs. Jim needs to, if he could finish off the season, so be it. Now that doesn't mean I don't want to see Brock. I love Brock.
Oh,
I love what we're getting. But I don't want Brock to get banged up and then walk into the playoffs with a rusty Jimmy and still go out first game. You know what I'm saying? Like, Brock, Jimmy needs to get some reps in. I'm confident Jim could win us a game. But, here's the thing, bro. This is the problem. As 49er fans, we're going to be conflicted with our own emotions because this is where we're at. Quarterback controversy is ruining us. It's ruining me. I'm even second guessing myself right now.
We're just having fun with it, though. That's
sure we are. But if you think about it logically, like you can't afford to get Brock banged up and then have Rusty Jimmy come in.
So you're saying Jimmy needs reps?
I do believe so. We know how Jimmy cowered with his knee last time he got banged up. What's he gonna be, the dancing queen on that foot?
So basically, if Jimmy doesn't get any reps, he should not play, period. So
no, he shouldn't. Ultimately, I don't want to see a rusty Jimmy come in.
Okay.
I really don't.
Would you rather go with Josh Johnson or Jimmy Garoppolo?
No, I don't want to see Josh Johnson. Do you know why I don't want to see Josh Johnson? Because I can't confidently tell you I've ever seen Josh Johnson play 3/4 of football. Even I've seen him do some dirty work, but I've never seen him confidently play a game from start to finish. So no, I don't know, man. I feel like okay. Look, let me twist your question a little bit.
For sure, I'm just having fun.
I want to see if Jimmy was healthy today, and there was a practice window open for him, and it was it was last week, let's say, and he could play in Vegas, play Jimmy in Vegas, play Jimmy versus the Cardinals, start Brock in the playoffs, and then if you have to go to Jimmy, have Jimmy come in for Brock.
Listen, I don't care about your question. This is what I'm going to say. I love Brock Purdy.
So do I.
I'm more confident that Jimmy would get hurt again, and I know Brock can win.
Yes.
I'd rather start Jimmy Garoppolo and take my chances And when Brock comes in, he just relieves this team and takes them to victory. I mean, can you imagine that on his belt? Yeah, man, I came and backed you up again, saved your ass, sir. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's just me. Listen, Brock is hot. Brock should start, period. But if Jimmy's cleared, this is not me saying that starting QB shouldn't lose their positions to starting positions because of injury. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just trying to think like a mastermind would think. And I'm trying to get in the mind of where Kyle Shanahan's head is. And we all know we don't know what that is, right? But I'm more confident in Brock relieving Jimmy than I am Jimmy relieving Brock. I know that sounds crazy. I know Jimmy was able to relieve Trey Lance. I get it. But the difference is there are two different styles of quarterbacks. Jimmy's more like an older, slowed down version of Brock. And so I don't know if I want that relieving the younger, sped up, stronger, better version of himself. I just, and even though Jimmy's still young, I just don't know if I trust that. I trusted it with Trey because you knew you were going to go back to the quick throw game and the yak game, and that's Jimmy's strength, right? That's what we were going to go back to. So I knew that was going to be fine. And what happened that second week? So
okay,
great question you're asking. I know I didn't answer because I don't know. I just feel like this can be a tougher decision than what everybody is thinking that it is. And I know I'm stirring the pot. I'm just having fun with y'all.
I mean, it's a good stir, bro. This is fun. But I mean, look, we wouldn't be here if we didn't have three viable options at quarterback.
Now, that's a fact.
I mean, we have three viable options. Whether you like one better than the other, so be it. We're all torn, and we're all divided, and we all the camaraderie for quarterbacks is great. San Francisco's in a good position. We thought we were in a good position with Trey and Jimmy, with Trey starting. Whoever would have thought we were three quarterbacks deep in good position? We did not know. So, look, we all just want to win playoff games and go to the Super Bowl. And, I mean, a rusty Jimmy, semi-rusty Jimmy is better than a Josh Johnson.
That's a good point.
Right? So I don't know, bro. I mean, this was good. This was a good question. You got a lot of folks ready to stab each other and kill each other over it, but
I'm getting cussed out.
It's fun. It's fun. I mean, they're probably he's high as a mother. This dude don't know what is
rocks is Breezy on right now.
Is John parked in the garage? What is he doing? Is he running the car? I mean, it makes you think, guys. I mean, look, we're in a good position. I love Brock, man, but I don't want to walk into the playoffs with just Brock.
It's funny that you say we're in a good position because Michael Irvin doesn't like the position because it's going to stir up some mess. And let me get Nick on here. He's our next caller. But John, I appreciate you, bro. You know I love you, man.
I love you too, brother.
You had a great happy holidays with the family, man.
Always, my man. I wish you all the best and a happy new year, my man. I love you, brother. Love the chat. I love my family over here on this channel, man. It's a great time, man. I love you guys.
Hey, 9 p.m. tonight, Locker Room Rant.
No, I think we have to
I'm
postpone
out of all of you guys. All right, guys. I think
we got to postpone. We got family in from out of town, all three of us. We're all over the place.
Show, man. Shoot. Matter of fact, give me the login. I'll do the Locker Room Rant 9 p.m. Eastern.
I might still run it. I don't know. We'll see.
You hit me up, bro.
All right, homie. All right, love you, man. Peace.
Peace. Nick, man, look, I'm having fun with everybody. I know that they know I'm on drugs. That's true. But listen, I'm not gonna say anything for you or Boats. Boats been waiting patiently. I'm just gonna that eggnog. He said the eggnog was strong. I had a lot of eggnog. I won't drink any more eggnog for the rest of the till December of 2023. Raphael says that Kyle already told us that he was rocking with Purdy. Why are we dismissing that? Hey, he said that because Jimmy wasn't ready and available to play. Now the boot is off, and he didn't give us any new update. He didn't give us any further updates on Jimmy Garoppolo. But you know, Jimmy gonna be ready to go for the playoffs. Like you know that, right? Like, or is it just me just like thinking wishfully? You know he's gonna be ready.
He's a better backup plan than Josh Johnson, that's for sure. So
I like that.
So that's what we need. But saw that stat I put on the chat though. 962 yards, 4 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and 7 playoff games. Yeah, we've won more than we've lost, but that's pretty telling to me. And to me, this is a situation people probably gonna come at me for, but Brady, when he replaced Bledsoe, man, ride the hot hand, bro. It's a good problem to have. They rode it all the way to the Super Bowl. I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but it could happen, you know. So that's what I got for that.
And I think that everybody that was on here, your stuff is valid. I just like having fun with it, right? And so, like, if this question was asked to me and I was on somebody's show, you already know what my stance would be. But I'm just trying to think in the devil advocacy side of the things. Like Jimmy Garoppolo has done some things. You saw a much more commanding, confident Jimmy Garoppolo this year pre-injury, right? And I thought Kyle was taking the damn training wheels off. And what if Kyle had training wheels on Jimmy because he wasn't trusting him?
That's
And then
the
you
CMC
started
effect, Brady. I mean,
and that's the one key piece we have not mentioned yet. Now, Nick, before you start, can you please let everybody know you got that dope ass Trey Lance custom jersey with the hat to match? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let them know, baby. This is my man, Project HOEA. You could reach out at him in Instagram, on Facebook, and also on Twitter. So
That's
yeah,
fine.
just look him up. It takes him a little while because this is all handmade, everything. So it's custom poly art, and the prices are pretty good, but it's great quality and it's awesome. Separate yourself, like I said. These hats, I gotta get you another one, bro. I already told him.
I appreciate it. I never got the jersey. My hat is fire though. It's just in the Raiders colors. I don't want to say.
Yeah, I know. That was one of the weird ones. Maybe you could wear it to Vegas.
But I rock gray because I got the Trey Lance jersey to match. So maybe he could take my Trey Lance. I got that black and gray Nike joint that came out this year.
Yeah.
And it goes with that hat.
I got you. We'll make it happen, man. You definitely need a jersey with a matching hat for sure.
Yeah, got it.
It's already in the works. I already reached out to him because John is actually gonna do another post for him, and because he's paying John is kind of like a sponsor. I told him do it during your show.
Yeah,
but like that, you get something too. You know what I'm saying? So that's in the works, and I ain't forget about the bling. That's in the works too, my brother.
It's all love, bro. Listen, I love your take on this, right? Because you mentioned the Tom Brady situation when he came in for the injured Drew Bledsoe, and he was a winning quarterback ever since. Now that's a whole other conversation, bro. Because if Brock Purdy wins the Super Bowl, we're having a whole different show. Like, oh snap! And so I'm gonna hold off on that one, but Brock has been playing some of the best 49ers football that we've seen in a long time. This is what Brock has done for me. And if you guys agree with this, please put the thumbs up in the chat. If you disagree, you can put your thumbs down. And I want to know what he's done for you, or just touch and agree with what I say. Brock has made me exciting to watch the game again. Brock doesn't give me not goosebumps, but the butterflies in the stomach with I don't know what the hell's going to happen anymore. Like, I feel like we can go out there and score every time we get the ball in our hand now. Are you getting some of those same feelings with Brock being back there as the quarterback?
100%, brother. I said it yesterday in the show. Like, you don't get the happy feet, Jimmy, pass over the middle, which you have no idea what's going to happen. With Brock, it's like you're confident something positive is going to happen. And it usually does. And until he proves us, wrong. I mean, that's the way I'm feeling right now. It's like the whole offense. It's not just the fan base. To me, what I put a comment on Twitter, somebody talked about it, and I said Brock has instilled his confidence that he shows on the field into the fan base. And that's what I feel in a sense. Like at QB right now, like I feel comfortable, man, and I feel confident.
So you feel like Brock feel at as a fan, because Brock feels comfortable and confident as a quarterback in the NFL. You feel the same. That's what he's instilling in the faithful right now.
Confidence. Yep, it's infectious, brother.
It's infectious. That was dope. That's dope. Listen, Nick, let me get Bolts on here. I appreciate you, bro, man. I'll talk to you, you know what I'm saying, text message.
No doubt, my brother.
All right, man. Peace out, man. We're gonna end this segment with my man Boats, the great Boats himself. You ready, baby?
I'm ready.
Man, because listen, Boats. People think that I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but the conversations are gonna happen national media, and I'm just trying to prep my faithful for what's about to go down. Because Jimmy is going to get cleared to play. And then the national media is going to take this and they're going to make a mockery out of us. And I just want to get everybody ready for the Jimmy stuff that's going to come out of their mouths. You ready? You got it.
All right. So I got 4 things that I think why Jimmy will never play again for us, regardless of how the playoffs go. The first thing is going to be a clean break. Very often, very few times do you ever get a clean break, especially with this crazy offseason, Jimmy coming back after Trey got hurt. But this is a rare opportunity for a clean break. Jimmy walks away. Nobody holds it against him. He got injured. Kyle walks away, lets Jimmy go. Nobody holds it against Kyle because Jimmy got injured. You have Trey Lance and you have Purdy, which brings me to my next reason. Is Purdy's potential. We got to figure out what Purdy's potential is. The kid's done enough, just got everybody just excited enough that you want to see more out of the kid before you go and say he's the starting quarterback next year for the San Francisco 49ers over Lance. So we got to see what Purdy has, and we got to see a playoff game. If he gets us a playoff win, Jimmy knows he's done. Jimmy's watching Purdy. Every victory Purdy racks up is another foot out the door for Jimmy. So Jimmy has no, misillusions about this. But we got to see where Purdy's potential is before we go into next year, and we got to see something out of the playoffs out of this kid. Then lead this into the Purdy Lance debate. Those 2 quarterbacks will be fine. With a vet third quarterback, a Josh Johnson type of player, a Chase McDaniels, I think his name is, from the Phillies, that veteran teacher. You go in with Lance and you got Brock and you let them have their quarterback competition, which leads me to my final point with Jimmy, contract. I'm not sure what Jimmy's contract states, but in things like Derek Carr, he has injury money in there. If Jimmy gets hurt in a playoff game again, then we're locked into that injury money, which would set back, off-season plans and things. So I think those 4 reasons alone is why Kyle will never let Jimmy play again for us.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are closing out this segment on the Jimmy Garoppolo Brock Purdy debate. I probably won't ever talk about it again, but that was the perfect closer to this debate. The last statement you said, no one's talking about it. Injury clause money, contract situation. Kyle putting an ixnay on this joint and saying, man, we ain't giving you no more bread, dog. We gave you your shot, man. You blew it. No pun intended. So very well said, Boats. Thank you so much for jumping on here, man.
Yep. Merry Christmas and everybody have a safe New Year's out there.
Same to you, my brother, and to your family. That was perfect. Get it? Purdy. No one got that one. All right, let me get to the super chat contributions, and then we're going to end with the poll question, and then we're going to get up out of here because you guys rock for a solid hour with me every freaking day. You guys are the rock stars, aka the Brock stars, and I truly appreciate you guys. All right, so let's go with my man Mark. Mark with the super chat contribution. Jimmy's 4th quarter stats in the playoffs are atrocious. Yes. Don't want to bring those up, but they're not good. They're not good. A part of me wants to know why the game plan is the way that it is, and does that affect his stats any somewhat? The defense kind of figured out what they were doing for 3 quarters. Maybe Kyle needs to find a way to switch it up. I'm not cutting him any slack, but his stats are atrocious. Keith Murphy, excuse me, we did this. Nothing but Niners. Murphy with the super chat contribution says, I've never seen Jimmy win a playoff game. I've seen him along for the ride. I'm sure Brock could hand off 8 times and win a playoff game. That's spot on. One thing Michael Irvin said was, hey, you don't got to go out there and win this. We're built to win. Just do your job. Now, listen, there's going to be some times where Brock is going to have to take a play and make something out of nothing. That's what Peachy and everybody and you guys out there are saying. That's the one thing Jimmy lacks. That right there. That is what's going to win the Super Bowl. All right. Thank you for the contribution. Sean, what about Purdy's bowl experience against Oregon? Hey, man, look. I don't really like to factor in the collegiate experience. I definitely don't want to go all the way back to high school, but the collegiate experience, again, college. I mean, not everybody from college makes it to the pros. Now you do got to look at some of the stuff. And I will say this, because he played well in college at Iowa State, he has the moxie to play in the NFL. All right. I'm going to give him that. But I don't know if I want to zone in or own in on what he did against Oregon in that bowl game. I will say this, that if he does play and start in these playoffs, I just don't see how the 49ers can lose. Brock is a key cog to the 49ers winning these several games. Key cog. All right. Mark came back with another contribution. Jimmy's playoff team have tried to pull him over the finish line, but he's the one who fell short in each time. Yeah, Jimmy, he had that turnover in the Rams game. A lot of people say that the defense lost that Super Bowl. We're not going to get into that discussion, but it is what it is. Okay, it's a lot of cancer going out, about that. A lot of banner, boom, 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 boom. But hey, that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother show. Lewis H says Brock is the starter. Kyle just leaving his options open as insurance. I like that word. And to make the playoffs, prepare for two quarterbacks is going to drive us crazy. What if it drives the other teams crazy? Hey, you're going to get Jimmy or you're going to get Brock? I don't know, coach. Who do we prepare for? Well, we got to install and prepare for both of them. And so that can be an advantage Kyle is about to use. You know what I'm saying? To going forward in the playoffs. I believe we have another super chat contribution from my man Nick, was just on the show, man. Appreciate this, bro. 100%. Let's go ahead and get that out. We're going to end on one of my boys' quotes. Nick says, bless the WayneBreezie Show. Thanks for having me on, and love for the Niner fam. Go Niners. Appreciate you, bro. Foghorn for you one time. That's a touchdown. Every time you guys give a super chat contribution, you get the foghorn, which is signaling the touchdown. I'm going to need the phone emojis to get me a gold heart. I can't look at that yellow heart. Just put red hearts. I know what we mean by it. Just don't it look like mustard and ketchup, right? Look like Kansas City Chiefs. And I was holding on to this one for the very end. I'm going to get the poll stuff ready. And my man Chiron says, Jimmy's our backup, guys. Remember that, faithful. He's right. Jimmy Garoppolo signed a quarterback contract to be the backup quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. How did I forget that? It happens. I forgot that was his role from day freaking one. I totally forgot. Perfectly said, spot on, and the timing couldn't be any better. That is it right there. So even if Jimmy does come back, I know Boat says that there's an injury clause into the contract to where the 49ers are going to have to guarantee him money. They do not want to put themselves in that predicament again, but they also don't want to go into the playoffs with Josh Johnson as the backup. So it's a little weird. It's just a little weird. Little weird. Love that, man. Poll question. We'll get to it. Who should the 49ers start at quarterback during the NFL playoffs? Bearing everyone is healthy, keyword bearing, 92% of you guys said Brock freaking Purdy. I'm all in on Brock. You're all in on Brock. The media seems to be all in on Brock. But there's some people that's out there that's gonna start advocating for Jimmy Garoppolo. So just get ready, guys. I'm hoping Kyle Shanahan finds out how to shut this down very good, very quickly, and I'm sure that he will. It's been a great show. Hour 15 minutes. We pumped this in, pumped it out. Tomorrow, guys, we're going to do a little bit more preview of the Raiders game upcoming. It's Raiders week. All right, we're going to do a little bit more preview to that. We're also going to do our Kahoot challenge, and it's going to be fun. So I'll bring you the latest in 49ers news, and then I'm going to open up the Kahoot challenge. Those that won last week, I'll be getting y'all stuff out hopefully this weekend. Those that brought t-shirts, I'll also be trying to get that stuff out before the new year. So you guys are going to have your stuff very shortly. Stay patient with your boy Breezy. I'm handling this the quickest way that I can. I actually hate mailing stuff out, but it is the way it is. Listen, I love y'all. Y'all stay up. I hope I didn't miss anything out there, and if I did, don't charge it to me, charge it to the game. Stay up, stay faithful, but always keep it nitty gritty. Shout out to my nitty gritty family. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Peace.